What does your midsection look like right now? At 40 to 50% body fat, your waistline is spilling over. No abs, no shape, just storage. At 30%, your stomach looks flatter, but the six-pack is still buried. At 20%, abs start to shape a little bit, but don't feel satisfied. At 10%, definition is sharp. Your frame looks athletic. Your body finally matches the work you've been putting in. Push it down to 6%, only if you're a male, because women naturally need more fat than men, and you're absolutely shredded. But that comes with trade-offs. Low energy, irritability, even hormonal problems. The truth? The sweet spot isn't stage shredded. For men, it's between 10 and 15%. That's where your abs are visible, your waistline is tight, but you're still strong and healthy. For women, it's between 18 and 25%. This is the zone most people want to be in. Lean, defined, confident. But to get there, you need more than hope. You need a plan. And today, I'm going to give it to you. 3 pillars: training, nutrition, and consistency. If you follow these steps, your abs won't just appear for a season. They'll stay with you for years. Let's build. Training your abs the right way. You've probably heard the saying, abs are made in the kitchen. And yes, diet is a huge part of it. But here's the truth people don't tell you enough. If you don't actually train your abs, there's nothing to reveal once you lose the fat. Think about it like this. Uncovering your abs with dieting is like pulling the sheet off a sculpture. If you never finished building the sculpture underneath, there's nothing impressive to reveal. Diet uncovers, but training is what actually builds the shape. The problem? Most ab workouts people follow are fluff. 10 different moves in 10 minutes. Fast-paced circuits. 100 bicycle kicks until your neck gives out. They look cool, they make you sweat, but they don't take your abs anywhere close to failure. And if a muscle never gets close to failure, it never grows. It's basically just cardio in disguise. What you actually need is hypertrophy, which means muscle growth. It's the process of your muscles getting bigger and stronger over time. And that only happens with 2 ingredients: tension and progression. Tension is making your abs work hard. That could be from adding weight, slowing down the rep, or increasing the range of motion. Progression is making that challenge a little harder over time. The same way you'd train your chest with presses or your legs with squats, you gotta train your abs with resistance. Not endless planks, not side bends with a tiny dumbbell, real resistance that forces your abs to adapt and grow. Here's the good news. You don't need 100 fancy exercises. You only need 2. Exercise A, weighted crunches. This is the bread and butter for building visible abs. Think of it like bicep curl for your core, the movement that actually puts size on the muscle. How to do it if you have a gym membership. Grab a rope on a cable machine, kneel down, and crunch. Or use the abdominal crunch machine if your gym has it. Here's the key. Don't just bow your head and pull with your arms. Round your spine as you come down and squeeze your abs like you're trying to fold your rib cage into your hips. Keep the tension in your midsection the whole time. No gym? No problem. Lie flat on your back with your knees bent and feet planted. Hold something heavy. A backpack stuffed with books, a jug of water, or even a bag of rice. Tight to your chest. As you crunch up, focus on rounding your spine and pulling your rib cage toward your hips. Keep it slow and controlled. No flopping up and down. If you don't have weight, slide a rolled up towel or pillow under your back. That little arch gives you extra range of motion so your abs stretch and contract harder with each rep. Sets and reps. Do 3 sets of 10 to 12 3 times a week. On your last set, push close to failure. That burning, shaking point where you can't squeeze out another full rep with good form, that's where the growth happens. Exercise B, leg raises. Weighted crunches hit the upper and midsection, and leg raises carve out the lower abs, the part that makes your six-pack look complete. How to do it if you have a gym membership. Hang from a pull-up bar or use a Roman chair. Lift your legs upward while curling your hips off the pad or bar. Don't just swing. The magic happens when you tilt your pelvis and round your lower back slightly, squeezing the abs from the bottom up. At home or outside. Head to a local park. Monkey bars work perfectly. Hang from them and do the same movement explained in the gym membership section. If that's too tough, start on the floor with reverse crunches. Bend your knees, pull them toward your chest, and raise your hips an inch or 2 off the ground. Slow it down and focus on that curl at the top. Sets and reps. Do 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps twice a week. Start where you are. Bent knees if needed. Straight legs when you're stronger. Add ankle weights or slow the eccentric phase when it gets too easy. Planks, great for core stability. Side crunches, fine for obliques. But if you want abs that pop when the fat comes off, weighted crunches and leg raises are the foundation. You can also mix in decline sit-ups. Master these workouts, progress them, and your six-pack won't just be visible, it'll stand out. Cardio. Here's the harsh truth you were waiting on. You can train your abs all day, but if there's still a thick layer of fat over them, you won't see any sort of definition. That's where cardio comes in. Cardio gets a bad rap. People picture hours on the treadmill, drenched in sweat, staring at the wall like a zombie. But cardio doesn't have to be that. Cardio just means moving your body to burn more energy than you would sitting on a couch. That's it. Why it matters. Resistance training builds muscle, but it doesn't burn that many calories. An hour of lifting might burn 200. Meanwhile, walking briskly for an hour can burn the same, if not 100 plus more. You can do it daily without wrecking your recovery. Add it up over weeks, and suddenly you're dropping body weight faster while keeping your strength. Here's how to actually use it. Low-intensity cardio. Cycling, incline treadmill, Stairmaster. 30 minutes, 2 to 4 times per week. Easy to stick to, easy on your joints. High-intensity cardio. Exercises like running or jump rope. These torch calories but demand more recovery. So sprinkle them in 1 to 2 times per week, only if you enjoy it. Fun cardio. Sports like basketball, pickleball, soccer, swimming, and tennis. You could consider these high intensity, but I like to put them in their own category. Last but not least, plain old walking. Start simple. Aim for 8 to 10,000 steps daily. Take calls while walking outside. Park a little farther from the store. Go for an evening walk after dinner. Every step adds up. And if walking that much sounds impossible, think about how easily hours can slip by on social media or TV. The truth is, we all spend time. The difference is whether that time builds us up or drains us. Shifting just a fraction of that time toward walking will pay you back in energy, fat loss, and clarity. And if you want a full breakdown, I got an entire video on hitting 10,000 steps a day you can check out after this one. Making these adjustments benefits you because it puts you in control of your fat loss without starving yourself. More activity equals more food flexibility. You'll lose fat while still having energy for training. And here's the kicker. New research even shows that combining lifting with cardio tends to shrink your waistline more than lifting alone. It's not about one or the other. It's both working together. Bottom line, cardio isn't punishment. It's leverage. Use it. Combine it with strength training and you'll strip off the fat that hides your abs while building a body that looks strong and athletic, not just skinny. Diet and nutrition. Training is the hammer. Cardio is the nails. But your diet, that's the blueprint and the bricks. Without the right materials, nothing stands. You can swing the hammer all day, but if you're building with weak bricks, the wall crumbles before it ever reaches the top. A lean body with visible abs isn't magic, and it's not always genetics. It's a reflection of good habits. Discipline on the plate, consistency in the kitchen, resisting shortcuts, and choosing structure over impulse. Almost every six-pack you've ever seen is nothing more than proof of someone's routine. Proof they said no to late-night junk and yes to meals that aligned with their goal. That's all abs are. A scoreboard for your habits. If your diet's sloppy, the wall never goes up. But if you treat every meal like laying another brick, eventually the structure takes shape. Strong, lean, unshakable. Here's the truth. You can out-train a bad meal for about 5 minutes in your head, but not in reality. One fast food combo can erase the calorie burn of your entire workout. And that's why so many people grind in the gym for months with nothing to show for it. They got the training, but the diet is lagging. So how do you fix it without losing your mind? Simple. Clean the inputs. Think of it like tidying up a messy garage. You don't throw everything away, you just clear out the junk that doesn't belong and make space for what does. Here's the setup. Protein first. Shoot for about 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. And if you don't know what foods to eat, check the video linked in the description for the 5 best foods to eat to build muscle fast. Next, you want whole carbs, not mystery carbs. Rice, sweet potatoes, oats, fruit. These give you energy without the crash. Healthy fats, nuts, avocados, olive oil, whole eggs. Fats balance hormones and keep you satisfied. Vegetables and fruit daily. Think of them as nutrient insurance. Micronutrients keep your body running like it should. Notice what's missing? The snacks. The so-called health bars. The processed junk in midnight drive-thru runs. If it's wrapped in plastic and designed in a lab, it's not building your abs, it's burying them. Not because of the calories in these foods, but because eating these foods make it harder to not overeat due to how unfulfilling they are. They lack essential nutrients that your brain needs to tell your stomach, we're full. Making this adjustment benefits you because it simplifies everything. You don't have to count every crumb or follow a fad diet. Stick to whole, simple foods, hit your protein target, and keep your calories in check. Fat will come off, and your abs will slowly reveal themselves. Every healthy meal is a vote for the body you're building. Stack enough of those votes, and it stops being a diet and starts being who you are. Consistency. Here's the catch. None of this works if you treat it like a 7-day challenge. Visible abs aren't built in a week. They're built in the hundreds of small decisions you make day after day. It's the water you drink instead of soda, the extra protein you add to the plate instead of dessert, the walk you take instead of lying on a couch. One clean meal won't change you, but a string of them will. That's how you stack momentum. And the moment you stop thinking diet and start thinking lifestyle, consistency stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like identity. You're not a person on a diet. You're the person who takes good care of their body. You're not obsessed over your body. You're just treating it like a temple. And once that identity finally locks in, staying consistent isn't hard anymore. It's automatic. Abs aren't magic. They're not reserved for movie stars, pro athletes, or the genetic lottery winners. They're the result of stacking small choices over and over until the body you want is simply a reflection of the life you live. Training that builds real muscle, cardio that keeps you burning calories, food that energizes you instead of dragging you down, recovery that makes your body come back sharper than before. Most people quit because they chase quick fixes, then burn out when nothing changes fast enough. They get lost in fads, complicated routines, or the belief that abs are impossible for them. But if you've been paying attention, you already know the truth. This isn't about hype or hacks. It's about building a system that works and working that system consistently. The abs themselves aren't the prize. The prize is who you become in the process. The kind of person who doesn't fold when cravings hit. The kind of person who doesn't even crave junk food anymore. The kind of person who gets those last 1,000 steps in at night when everyone else is on the couch. If you're ready to build your six-pack, remember this. You build brick by brick. No shortcuts. And if you want to take the next step, watch this video right here, where I break down the 5 best foods to eat if you want to build muscle fast. I'll show you exactly how to fuel your body the right way.